Hello, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. In this video, I'm going to talk about what to do if you feel abandoned by your specific person. So of course, this is an awful feeling to feel abandoned by anyone, and in particular by the person you really love. And so what do you do if you feel abandoned by your specific person? How do you no longer feel abandoned by them? And how do you create a reality where you're no longer being abandoned by your specific person? This is what I'm going to talk about in this video. Before I jump in, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel right there. And also know that I'm doing a weekly giveaway. I'm giving away a bundle of 3 ebooks. And the way that you enter into this contest is you subscribe to my channel, you like this video, and you comment below. And there are 3 winners every week that I announce on Friday. And the last thing I want to say is that I have lots of self-study manifesting courses. This is the main way I work with people to manifest anything you want, and those courses are linked below. And if you find that you're really resonating with this video, I have a specific course on how to dissolve abandonment out of your life. So dissolve feeling abandoned and dissolve the experience of being abandoned. It's my course called Free Yourself, and it is linked below. It's in the specific person section. Okay, so what do you do if you feel abandoned by your specific person, and how do you create a reality where you're no longer abandoned by them? I'm going to cover both of these things. So first of all, what's going on when you feel abandoned by your specific person and when this type of pattern is showing up in your reality? Well, what's happening is probably something happened in the relationship that activated a very old wound for you. Many of us have abandonment wounds, which really means at some point in our early childhood, we felt dropped, we felt left, we felt ignored, we felt distanced probably from one of our parents or both. And this type of experience when you are young, even if it's insignificant, and even if you don't remember what happened, this type of experience creates a wound inside of you. And this wound it's essentially like a small expectation that you are going to be left, that you're going to be abandoned. So what happens when you have this tiny expectation inside of you that you're going to be abandoned? What happens is, as an adult, you get into a relationship, and that little expectation that you're going to be abandoned, maybe it's little, maybe it's big, that expectation that you're going to be abandoned starts to pop up. So because we're creating our realities and we're even creating how other people show up with us, if that expectation of being left arises when you're entering into a relationship with someone, what happens? It starts to manifest in the relationship. You start to expect that that person is going to leave. That person is going to distance. That person is distancing. They are leaving. Where are they going? They don't love me as much. They don't want me as much. You start paying attention and manifesting that they are leaving. Okay, how many people relate to this? Like the video and comment below if you relate to this type of pattern. Many of us do. I know this pattern very well. So what happens? Okay, so now you have manifested a pattern of being abandoned. It's really painful. It sucks. It does not feel good. What do you do if this is your situation in your relationship, and how do you flip it around? Well, you have to start tending and caring for that little part of you that is the one that expects to be left. This is the most potent way for you to heal any wound that you have around abandonment, around being rejected, around love leaving you. The most potent way for you to not only heal that wound on the spot, which feels amazing because you no longer feel like you're being abandoned, but also to create a reality where you no longer are being abandoned, where that just doesn't happen for you anymore, is by doing this type of inner child work. So what do? If you have created the reality where you're being abandoned, And again, what happens, let me tell you, if you've, like, here's how to know you've created reality where you have a fear of abandonment that's very active, is you start chasing that person. You start going after them. You feel your energy anxiously pursuing them, anxiously going after them. You feel the fear of being left, and you feel an impulse to go after. If that happens for you, I talk about it very deeply in this video about chasing. If that happens for you, your abandonment wound has come up. Again, if this is something you really want to work on, I suggest looking at my course Free Yourself down there. It really will help you a lot. So again, if this fear of abandonment has popped up and you are in that state of being, the only thing you have to do is you have to heal yourself in the moment. And you do that by showing up for this little part of you that's scared. Now, I know in the experience of being abandoned, you want the other person to show up. That's ideal. But again, why can't that happen in this moment? Can't happen in this moment because you feel abandoned. And if you feel abandoned, you're creating a reality where you're being abandoned. What you have to do to turn this whole pattern around is you have to go within and no longer feel abandoned. And again, this is inner child work. So here's how you do it. You settle yourself, you close your eyes, you start to settle into your body. You start taking deep breaths down into your center. And you start talking to this part of you that is totally freaked out, that is scared, that wants to chase after love, that wants to chase after the person. You start talking to that part of you and you say things like, "Hey, sweetie, I'm right here with you. I'm right here with you, and I know you're really, really scared right now, and I know this feels awful to you. I know it feels horrible to you, and I want you to know that I'm right here with you, and I'm never gonna leave you. I'm right here, and I'm always gonna be with you. I'm always gonna be with you. I'm never gonna leave you. You're safe, you are held, and I love you so much. I love you so, so, so much. I'm right here with you. I'm not gonna leave." So what I just did was just a very short meditation, making contact with my inner child, my wounded self, the part of me that feels abandoned in the moment. And what should happen when you do a meditation like this is you're no longer going to feel abandoned in that moment. When you create a practice of doing this type of inner child work, that fear of abandonment, that fear of being left, that's like just, it's total fear. It's horrible. It's terrifying. It's a very primal fear. That's gonna start to not arise so much for you. And the reason it's gonna start to not arise so much for you is because your inner child, your wounded self, is gonna know that it's actually not being abandoned, right? So the more you create a relationship with yourself where you're like, "Sweetheart, you're not being left. I'm not gonna leave you. I'm never gonna leave you." Your inner child starts to literally calm down like a child that's being soothed. When you create a practice like this, you then no longer expect to be abandoned. You're healing the original wound. This is what I've done in my life. I don't even really have to do inner child work anymore. I don't have to do this meditation that I'm teaching you guys because I've done it so much in my past. My little girl knows she's not going to be left. She literally knows that. But I tell you, she did not know that years ago. She did not know that. And she created pattern after pattern of being left, of having the impulse to chase after, of feeling abandoned, of feeling not heard, of feeling not seen. I had that pattern over and over again because the wound was still there. I expected to be left. But by doing this very deep inner work, I learned to be with that part of myself. And because my inner child really doesn't expect to be left anymore, it doesn't happen. My partner is so present. Like, he's so present with me. This man is so present, and he's present in the exact right way. He's not present in a way that is needy or anything like that. He's just there. He never leaves me hanging. He never leaves me hanging. You want to know why? I don't leave myself hanging, and I don't expect to be left hanging anymore. I've created a reality where I have a relationship where the person, my man, is freaking here. But he's here because I know he's gonna be here. I expect him to be here, and I'm here for myself. So again, this is super, super, super deep work. I talk about fear of abandonment in this video if you want to hear more about it. And also, if you want to dive deep into this work, I really suggest my course, Free Yourself. People love that course. They absolutely love that course. It's how to fully let go of your fear of abandonment, of insecurity, and of jealousy. If you have any of these things in your life, that course is going to dissolve them. And when they dissolve, you're not going to have those patterns anymore. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me in this video. I love being here with you. Make sure you enter into my contest by subscribing, liking, and commenting below, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.